The markets are open.
People always ask, well, why should I bet on Monday? Because you have the perfect number in front of you.
And the numbers are moving.
We've seen this total go from 47 to 49, 49 and a half.
Now you're getting a field goal in a game that was sit and pick 'em for so long.
Let's dive into some Monday morning market moves on BetQL Daily, presented by BetMGM.
As long as you've known me, I've been one sheet, one pick, one bracket.
One bracket, right.
I'm one person. I get one pick. That's it. How many people do we know that fill out 10 brackets or put out 8 mock drafts just to say that you were right? Like, no. You get one mock draft.
Nope.
And you get
Notre
one
Dame,
pick. That's it.
Notre Dame is pick 1.0. Join us Tuesday for pick 2.0. Wednesday, pick 3.0.
No, there will not be multiple picks. There's only 12 teams.
I knew it. I had the Bears draft pick. I had the Bears draft pick in my 3.9 mock. Like, no, that's not how this works.
No.
What about the losers?
Yeah, I filled out 6 brackets, and in one of them I had UConn.
I know they do this every year once you get to week 16. But I'm a little surprised that the first week of Saturday games in the NFL is happening when college football is debuting their first playoff weekend. They won't go against college football on a normal Saturday where sometimes there aren't any good games. But now you've got 3 intriguing matchups with the college football playoff going on Saturday, and we've got 2 NFL games. Houston is a 2.5-point favorite at Kansas City. So the line is telling us that Patrick Mahomes is most likely not to play in this game. Yep, that he's out. If he's officially out, where does this go?
I mean, this is the hardest calculation in football, at least right now, because we know he's worth a lot. We also maybe don't understand as a betting community how valuable he is. Because if Carson Wentz is the quarterback of this team all season, it's hard to envision their record better than 7-7 right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're 13-1. It's an incalculable equation. You can't really solve for X here. And I know a lot of odds makers would say, well, Mahomes is worth 6 or 7 points. And I understand that because Wentz is league average, if not below league average. And Mahomes is the greatest quarterback that we have in this league right now. He's not playing that way this season. I mean, Allen's playing better right now, and you could argue Lamar's been playing better. But in terms of winning you a game, there's nobody better, right? There's not.
Yeah, but 21 points, 19 points, 19 points. So what is he worth now?
He's still the scariest to face in the fourth quarter with the ball, I would argue. He hasn't been the most productive or the most valuable. But, if I have money on the line and I need to beat this team on the money line, you line up Allen, Jackson, and Mahomes. Mahomes is still the last guy I want to face. That's how I feel. That's just the way it is. Has he been the best player this year? No. Is he the most valuable player? No. But he still scares the hell out of me, especially in the playoffs. But, I mean, what's to answer the question that you initially asked, and I'm dancing around it, I don't know. Oh, wow, Jalen Milroe, questionable to play Tuesday at Michigan. That just hit my screen. That's interesting as I continue to dodge the question. I mean, the look ahead was Kansas City 4. So that's with Mahomes in. Now that Mahomes is out, likely it's 2.5. So that's, I mean, Houston closes 3.5 with Mahomes out, I guess. I mean, it's hard to imagine it going to 4 or higher, isn't it?
Do we just play under 40?
It just moved to 39.5 at a couple places as we speak.
I'm just thinking about this Texans offense, which had 2 weeks to prepare for that game against Miami, which is not a tough matchup. And Stroud and Nico and Mixon, if you can shut down that run game, they can't do anything offensively. It's all about Mixon, and they give him the ball on first down on second down, and nothing changed coming out of the bye. 190 total yards yesterday. They're a fade team for me. So now they're favored at the Chiefs. And I wonder, okay, with Wentz going against Houston, yes, a good defense. I don't have them as great. The metrics would say they're great, but a very good defense. What number can Wentz get to if it's him? That's the question. Can he get to 13?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't. It's hard because we haven't seen it. And there was a spot yesterday where he had a couple chances to get a first down, and he couldn't get 10 yards, let alone get into the end zone. Now, they didn't have to. It's a little different because they were just trying to run the clock out and protect the football. I don't know. I'm looking right now at the total defense. Houston, 4th in EPA per play coming into the weekend, and the week isn't over, so Sumer Sports hasn't updated their list yet. But Houston was 4th, and Kansas City 21st in EPA per play on defense, which doesn't feel right. I guess they're more bend but not break. That's weird to see them 21st in EPA per play on defense, and Houston 4th. Should we bet some 40 now? I mean, there's no way this goes higher if Mahomes is out. Whoa, it's moving right now. Speak of market moves. Do you see that? Circa just went to 3.5. No, the side.
Up. Well,
Circa 3.5.
It makes sense for him not to play, too, because I'm talking about the Chiefs' point of view. We're sitting 13-1 on the year. Okay, we've got Houston on Saturday, and then they turn around and they go to Pittsburgh on Wednesday for Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to push it for Saturday and then push him again on Wednesday? I don't know. When can they lock up the bye? And hope Buffalo loses sometime soon?
Well, they have a 2-game lead, right, in the AFC?
Yeah.
Because they've got 1 and Buffalo's got 3 losses.
So they could secure it this week. Yeah, but you don't chance it with for what? For what? So tough defensive opponents here. Houston, Pittsburgh, Denver to end the season, too. They're not going to throw him out there if he's not ready.
These totals are all starting to run down literally as we speak. I'm not saying that we're doing it, but it's happening right now. I should probably bet some of this under 40. I'm going to do that right now. There we go. Done. Okay. Under 40, minus 110. Yeah, I mean, it is moving. It's moving right now. You're seeing some very sharp books offshore go down to 39.5. And now, 23-17, you push on 40. 23-17, you lose on 39.5. So I'm watching these books offshore go to 39.5. Bang, bang, bang.
And let's say it's a hobbled Mahomes. You're not scared about that too much, right? Having that number?
No. Even if he plays, I like it.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about this until this very segment, and I'm glad you brought it up because I would have never – if you didn't bring that up, I wouldn't have just bet it.
Yeah, numbers on the move. Bunch of 39.5s out there. Man, these Saturday games, that's intriguing, and so is the afternoon game, late afternoon. Pittsburgh, Baltimore. We're out to 6.5. 6.5. What is going to happen with this Steelers injury report? Pickens, they needed him. No deep threat yesterday against Philadelphia. And then we don't know if TJ Watt is going to be good to go for the Saturday game. So the look ahead was 5, and we're staring at 6.5 everywhere. It's juiced at a lot of spots, suggesting it's going to hit 7 again.
I just wait for 7. I mean, I will probably take some 7. I don't think Baltimore is going to move the ball on that defense like they just did against the Giants. I mean, that's also right there. I mean, you just watched the game yesterday. You're like, oh, yeah, just watch Baltimore score 1,000,000 points. Score 35 and probably could have scored more if they really wanted to. I mean, they took their foot off the gas in the second half. They had 21 at the half and really could have done whatever they wanted to. But then in the second half, they're just running the ball. But to see them win by 21 and then see a spread of only 6.5, it's like, oh, yeah, I like Baltimore. Pittsburgh's banged up. Pittsburgh just lost by 2 scores, right? 27-13. So I imagine the books are going to need Pittsburgh. If you like Pittsburgh, I don't think you should bet now. I think you should wait. You probably get a 7 at some point, but you take the 7 once it pops. You don't wait anymore. Once you see 7, boom, grab the 7 and then move on with your life.
Yeah, you're only going to lose it. It's not going to 7.5. So, yeah, there's no guarantee that one's going to last. Let's jump to Minnesota-Seattle. I know we're waiting on the Vikings game tonight, but it's between 4 and 4.5. Minnesota on the road might be facing Sam Howell. The reports early this morning on Gino are he looks okay. Nothing confirming anything, but boy, if it's Howell going against this Vikings team, that will not be 4.5. Let's just say that.
No, we're talking 6.
Yep.
If not more.
Gino with another bad red zone interception last night.
Leads the league. Leads the league in red zone picks this year. I heard that last night on the broadcast.
Yep, it certainly does. Terrific. Yeah, but there's also, with that said, a huge difference between the two quarterbacks. So that's another one, another quarterback injury that you've got to pay close attention to. Bunch of injuries yesterday. So, like, Saquon's dealing with something. He wouldn't talk about it after the game. Ton of guys. The quarterback ones, you mentioned Mahomes, Geno Smith that we're talking about. You also had quarterbacks that were benched. So what do you do there? It was clear in the Saints game, the Rizzler made the wrong decision in going to Haener, and then you go to Rattler, the Rizzler to the Rattler, and then there was some spark, and then they actually could move the ball and score some points. So I assume they stay there. Is it DTR for Cleveland moving forward? A lot of quarterback situations completely up in the air.